Hello and welcome back to ND Sunrise. I'm Ian MacKenzie.
And I'm Lilly Ashworth. We are going to hit you with the top news stories from the week when we get back. This is ND Sunrise. Welcome back.
Just upstairs in Danke Ballroom, Notre Dame's annual men's boxing tournament, Bengal Bouts, is taking place this week. The quarterfinals and showcase rounds took place this Monday and Wednesday, with the semifinals taking place next week, and the final round taking place in Purcell Pavilion on March 29th. Tickets can still be purchased for the next two rounds, with all proceeds going to the Holy Cross missions in Bangladesh. Go support your, and this time we mean it, fellow fighting Irish.
DeBartolo Hall, everyone's favorite class building, had a facelift this past weekend with new furniture on the first, second, and third floors. The new chairs are featured in the hallways for students to sit in while waiting for class or for some last-minute studying before an exam. After student body president and VP Dawson Kaiser and Maeve Miller launched their efforts to make the DeBart water cleaner for students to drink, the new furniture may be the next step in making DeBart the next new study spot.
This past Friday, Notre Dame was named the best large employer by Forbes. Notre Dame has appeared on the list 6 times before. However, this is the first time we have made it to the top of the list. Also featured on the list are Trader Joe's, Houston Methodist, Google, and In-N-Out. We are the only university to make it in the top 10 employers. While we're obviously not employed by the school, we can see how great of a university environment this is.
This past Wednesday, Notre Dame men's basketball competed against Southern Methodist University in Purcell Pavilion during their celebratory game for Black History Month. While the team unfortunately lost, students in attendance had the opportunity to take a photo with both the Sugar Bowl and Orange Bowl trophies. The football team was also honored during the game. In case you missed basketball in favor of Bengal Bouts or in favor of homework, the trophies will be displayed at the February 28 hockey game and the women's basketball finale on March 2nd.
Up next, we have a special review of the SNL 50th Anniversary Special. Here's Charlotte to tell us a bit more.
Thanks, Ian. This past weekend, Saturday Night Live celebrated its 50th anniversary with the special SNL 50, with so many comedic geniuses coming back to the show. Some of these people included Kristen Wiig, Molly Shannon, Pete Davidson, Adam Sandler, Kate McKinnon, Eddie Murphy, Tina Fey, and Seth Meyers, which were all cast members. Some other notable celebrities were Martin Short, John Mulaney, Pedro Pascal, Tom Hanks, Sabrina Carpenter, Scarlett Johansson, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Steve Martin. And speaking of Steve Martin, he performs the show's monologue, which isn't surprising considering he's hosted the show 16 times, which is just 1 time short of the record held by Alec Baldwin at 17 times. He was making a lot of jokes about just how old the show was with the quote, "A person born in the first season of SNL could be easily dead of natural causes." Speaking of old, there were lots of returning sketches, including Dunice, played by Kristen Wiig, and she's so funny with the little hands every time, even though she's a little creepy, but she never fails to make me laugh. And next up was the return of Domingo. He's now been on the show 3 times since October, which is absolutely crazy. And it was so full circle having Sabrina Carpenter be in this moment because her song Espresso was the original song used in the first sketch, and now it was used again with her actually there. Next up was Black Jeopardy, which Kenan Thompson never fails to make me laugh in this sketch, and also there was the return of Doug, as well as Eddie Murphy playing Tracy Morgan in front of Tracy Morgan, which was absolutely hysterical. Next up was Close Encounter with the return of Kate McKinnon. It feels like she's never even left since she left the show because she just came back with her A game. And also she was with Meryl Streep, who's apparently never hosted the show, and she absolutely should because she absolutely killed it. And next up was Mike Myers, and Actually, this sketch was funny, but the mics were cutting out a lot, which is something we know all too well here at NDTV. So it was kind of hard to get like what was going on. And next up was the classic Debbie Downer. And considering Debbie Downer comes from this show, like that has to be iconic. Like, because I didn't even know that it came from this show. I just knew the expression. But yeah, she never fails to be super pessimistic and make us all laugh, even in the tough situations. And a fan favorite was definitely Scared Straight. All my friends were laughing so hard at this sketch. But my absolute favorite had to be John Mulaney in the New York sketch, because it's so funny and I love Broadway, and it really showed just how much New York has changed in the past 50 years. And I never knew I needed to see Adam Driver as a hot dog, but now he's here and I can't unsee it for the rest of my life. And it was also great to see Kenan Thompson as Lobster #1 once again after playing it so many years ago. Other memorable moments of the show were when Bill Murray did the Weekend Update, and he ranked all of the anchors that have ever been there, including Norm Macdonald, and they did a lovely tribute to him since we lost him a couple years ago. Also, we had the song that Andy Samberg sang, which was the anxiety song, which showed just how hard it is to talk on live TV and how hard it is to make everybody laugh all the time. And finally, Adam Sandler's song with 50 Years, and it showed just how much the show means to everybody. I thought it was really sweet, but also really funny. And if you missed the show, it's not a problem. You can watch it on Peacock right now, and you can watch all of the sketches on YouTube, and it's so fun to watch, so go check them out. Back to the desk.
And if you were too glued to your TVs watching the SNL special Sunday and happened to miss The Bachelor last Monday, here's Lilly with a weekly recap.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bachelor recap. We have a lot going on for you. Unfortunately, Emmy is not available this week, but don't worry, watched it last night, all caught up on the drama. First of all, the girls and Grant went to Madrid, Spain for this week, which was super fun to see them in another country enjoying themselves. Right off the plane, we have Dina, who got the one-on-one date with Grant. The two just explored the city together, had some lovely time, and luckily Dina stepped away with that single rose. Next, we had the group date where the girls did a lot of donkey and bull riding, which surprisingly not a lot of drama there, but the drama came at dinner the next night at the little cocktail party they had, specifically between Carolina and Juliana. The two got into a little bit of a conversation, some could say a fight. Not anything too crazy, but it did leave Carolina in tears and Grant not giving out the group date rose. Next, we have Serafina. She got the other one-on-one for the week. The two ended up jumping off of a bridge together. This is now the second time we have seen the two jump off of something, and luckily it got her that rose. Finally, for the rose ceremony, there was not too much drama, but it did result in Rose leaving home early. We have for the roses for the dates, Zoe, Carolina, Juliana, Latia, Alex getting their roses, unfortunately sending Parisa, Rose, and Natalie home. And that is all we have for you. It is looking like there are only 7 girls left in this season. It's going super fast, but we will be here next week with another recap.
In case you haven't noticed, it's been snowing. A lot. While I might not know much other than that one specific detail, here's Jacob Irons with the weather to give a little more insight.
Hey, thanks so much, Mac. We get you set for your weekend forecast. And let's first start with Future Track, brought to you by our good friends at WNDU. Friday this morning, we've started to see the snow start to dissipate after we open the morning with flurries. Now that gives way to a cold Friday night that heads into a Saturday that once again starts seeing some overcast clouds. But the biggest thing right now, how it looks like, there's a chance, maybe a slight chance heading into Saturday that you see some precipitation on the ground, but really we're only looking at this morning where you woke up to see a couple snow flurries. That's about going to be the chance of precipitation for the weekend as you see Saturday. Those clouds start moving out of the way in Sunday for the same. Now let's take a look at your 3-day weekend forecast. For today, high of 28 degrees, but once again tonight when you are going out, this is important. Make sure you grab that jacket. It's going to be a high of 9 as the low for the day. That is going to be very chilly. You want to grab that extra jacket. As you're starting to head out, maybe you're going to Noose, maybe you're going to another bar of choice. You want to make sure you have that extra jacket to make sure you stay warm. Now moving into Saturday, it'll be mostly cloudy. Clouds come over Michiana region overnight. It gives way to 32 degrees and 21. Then on the back end of this for Sunday, that's when you're going to start to see a little bit of the rebound after we had such a cold week last week. Next week looks a little better. As it starts to move, we start to see a 37 degrees with 28 on it. That is your weekend weather outlook. We'll send it back to Lily and Mac.
Thanks, Jake.
By the way, nice outfit.
Yeah, looks like you guys decided to tweet today. Let's look into some of the events for this weekend.
McWell is back with another Active Minds and Zero Proof event this Friday, Cosmic Bowling. Join fellow students at Strikes and Spares Bowling Center for free glow-in-the-dark bowling, music, and food. Sign up through the McWell website or in the link sent to your emails. Transportation is provided.
Lots of sporting events are happening this weekend, starting with men's tennis today at 4 p.m. at the Eck Tennis Pavilion. Saturday at 11 a.m. is the Track and Field's Alex Wilson Invite in the Loftus Sports Center. Also on Saturday at 2:15 p.m. is the last Irish Wear Green men's basketball game against Pitt. And lastly, at 8 p.m. on Saturday, women's lacrosse plays against Clemson in the Loftus Sports Center. The game is dedicated to the One Love Foundation, which aims to combat domestic violence.
But if you're not at all into sports, our film buffs at DPEC are here to support anyone in need of some silver screen entertainment this weekend. The DeBartolo Performing Arts Center will be hosting several screenings of some great films both today and tomorrow. Award-winning films such as The Apprentice, American Psycho, and Sugarcane will be shown in DPEC at times ranging between 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. on both Friday and Saturday. Check out the DPEC website for more information at performingarts.nd.edu.
Next Tuesday from 7 to 9 in the Cary Auditorium, the Gender Relations Center is hosting Heart to Heart, a Healthy Relationships panel. Join speakers Molly Snook, JP Abercrombie, Annie Eaton, and Dawson Kaiser for a discussion on self-love and fostering healthy relationships at college. Chipotle will be provided for those in attendance. Just make sure to scan that QR code.
And that's all we have for today's episode of Indy Sunrise.
Thank you so much for tuning in. From all of us here at the studio, have a great day and a great weekend. And most importantly,
Go Irish.
Enjoyed the show? Catch our newscast every Friday morning in the Duncan Student Center and North Dining Hall from 9 to 11 a.m. You can also find us on the NDTV YouTube page under the ND Sunrise playlist. And to keep up on all of the latest news, make sure to follow us at Notre Dame Television on Instagram and at Notre Dame TV on X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to get involved with NDTV, we're always searching for people interested in student-led broadcasting and TV production. Come visit our studio on the second floor of Duncan Student Center, or send us an email at ndtv@nd.edu. Go Irish!